What it is from the Robert Mueller FBI indictment of 13 Russian trolls. I have some news that hasn't really been reported, at least that I've seen. The Facebook vice president of ads is out debunking the claim that the Russians were involved in meddling in the election and trying to get Donald Trump elected. And why would he push back? Why would the vice president of ads push back against those claims? Well, I'm looking at the indictment right now, and the claim in the indictment is that defendants posted derogatory information about a number of candidates, and by early to mid 2006, defendants' operations included supporting the presidential campaign of then candidate Donald J. Trump and disparaging Hillary Clinton. Well, they go on to kind of muddy that claim by pointing out that these Russian trolls also supported Bernie Sanders and Jill Stein, as well as Hillary Clinton in many cases. But they like to point out in the beginning of the indictment that these Russians' activities included supporting Donald Trump and disparaging Hillary Clinton. Well, this guy, Rob Goldman, VP of ads at Facebook, replied or responded to the indictment. Very excited to see the Mueller indictment today. We shared Russian ads with Congress, Mueller, and the American people to help the public understand how the Russians abused our system. Still, there are key facts about the Russian actions that are still not well understood. Most of the coverage of Russian meddling involves their attempt to affect the outcome of the 2016 U.S. election. I have seen all of the Russian ads, and I can say very definitively that swaying the election was not the main goal. Swaying the election was not the main goal. The majority of the Russian ad spend happened after the election. We shared that fact, but very few outlets have covered it because it doesn't align with the main media narrative of Trump and the election. The main goal of the Russian propaganda and misinformation effort is to divide America by using our institutions like free speech and social media against us. It has stoked fear and hatred amongst Americans. It is working incredibly well. We are quite divided as a nation. He points out the single best demonstration of Russia's true motives is the Houston anti-Islamic protest. Americans were literally puppeted into the streets by trolls who organized both sides of the protest. Okay? He says mostly the ads were after the election and it affected both sides. And in fact, they had protests where they arranged for protesters to show up from both sides of the issue. Even in the indictment, it said they had Muslims for Hillary, and then, of course, they had the anti-immigrant groups as well. They funded both sides, these Russian trolls. I just wanted to point out, he links to a Facebook post where they respond to the issue of Russian ads, and believe me, they're taking it seriously. I'll show you some of the responses, actually, to this tweet, which was extremely reasonable. And take a look at this. The best evidence is Donald Trump as president of the United States. You need to resign your position if Americans can have any trust in Facebook. Do you understand that? The evidence, I have to explain to you why people are so behind this. And maybe I'll skip the part where Facebook says they believe in free speech. This guy is evidence of my thesis of why people have to believe in Russian meddling, why they have to believe in Russian meddling. This guy says the best evidence is Donald Trump as president. You need to resign your position. That's you, this guy, Rob Goldman, VP of Facebook ads, needs to resign his position just because he says that based on him looking at the ads were not designed mostly to elect Donald Trump. And like the FBI indictment said, well, like Rod Rosenstein said, they had no effect on the election, one way or the other. And these liberals, as they're called, and they're not truly liberal, more fascist than liberal, come out and are screaming at Facebook. And Facebook is upset. You know why? Because they rile people up. Hey, how you guys doing? I'm Nathan Stoltman. I'm your host. That's Doshi. He produces the show. You know that. I'm a Russian bot. You can buy these t-shirts. I'll tell you how. Russian bots are out now promoting the Second Amendment of all things. People, this is my thesis. Liberals, or the people that think Donald Trump shouldn't have been president, they don't understand. They really don't, okay? This is why they are so attached to this Russian narrative, is they can't understand how Donald Trump is president. They don't understand it. They don't understand. They don't think people in their right minds could have possibly voted for Donald Trump. They really, that's the thought pattern. People in their right minds could not have voted for Donald Trump. Ergo, Russian trolls must have made them vote for Donald Trump. And they must believe this narrative to prevent cognitive dissonance. This is my thesis. It is borne out in these Twitter comments. Like I said, Facebook says they wouldn't censor content like these Russian trolls put out, only that they're going to do a better job catching accounts that are pretending to be someone else. Humans didn't even interact with these guys when they were posting these ads. Ads which were mostly run, per the VP of ads at Facebook, after the election, and which were on both sides. That is the real story from Russian meddling. Now, Russian bots are in the news. I made a t-shirt called Russian Bot. I wear it. It's really nice. You can buy one at truthclothing.io, and you can also get stickers with Doshi on them and other Lift the Veil specific gear. I invite you to go there. Really nice stuff. That's about it. I just wanted to give you that update because nobody else was going to tell you. MAGA. This is my MAGA show. Thanks for joining me. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit the bell for my live shows. That is what it is.